Fucking yo-yo.
What a wonderful way to. Why isn't it playing? Intro should be playing right now.
He was just in here.
It's
Okay, well,
not
stay with
playing.
him, please. Donnie says hi.
Oh well. Hello everybody. For whatever reason, our intro's not playing.
She just blew a kiss to Donnie.
I didn't
Sorry
see
about
it.
that.
Yeah, I
But
know.
we're live, guys. Just so y'all
Oh,
know.
great.
This is, it's not playing, but we are still live. Just so you know. And tomorrow.
Good evening. Good evening from Canada.
What a blooper intro.
This might be the only time you hear
it
my
won't
voice
play.
today.
Oh, there it goes. Hey. Good technology, great.
Love that blooper intro. We gotta clip that.
The best one.
We can upload it and make it like video that plays when you go to the show. What up, what up? All right, as I was starting to say before it just suddenly started playing like it was supposed to from the get-go, tomorrow, it's a big game on tomorrow, right? Some kind of bowl
That's
game?
right.
Some bowl game of some sort?
The Bowl of Supers?
That Super Bowl, yeah, the one with all the funny commercials, right?
That's right.
No, I'm joking. Obviously, I'm a huge.
We used to call it the Denver Choke.
Denver Choke.
Oh, bum bum.
Oh, he's taking that one all the way.
There it is. Late, but there. All right.
Well, Merge,
Some
you
more
wouldn't
specifically,
understand.
you know.
It's Denver.
You know,
I think we should all start out with our predictions.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm going to start it out. Vrabel makes history. First player coach in history to win the Super Bowl. And I think it's going to be by 3. It's going to be a last second field goal. And it's going to come down to time management, something that my Packers don't seem to freaking understand.
See, there's a key difference, though, between the teams. What up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
I'm going to say the specific key difference is 3 letters. JSN. New England doesn't have a receiver like that. And their defense in Seattle's going to win. Sorry. Seattle's going to win.
Okay, I'll go with okay, I'm going to make my prediction. I'm hoping for Seattle, but I think New England's going to win. Simply because I'm scared Darnold is going to turn into Arnold like he always does in big games.
I don't see it. I don't think so.
But New England, their X factor is their punter. Like, I love Vrabel. He's one of my favorite personalities in football. But their punter is dropping punts anywhere in the field that Vrabel asks him to. He's that good.
Yeah.
He's Ray Guy. He's another Ray Guy.
Let's be honest. They've won a lot of games this year in spite of Darnold turning the ball over.
Their defense.
And that is a fair statement, and that's why I say I think it comes down to a last second field goal. It's not going to be a high scoring game.
They shut down their defense shut down one of the highest power offenses in the NFL. They shut down Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua and all of them. Devontae Adams stopped them and got past to win. Like they're in the Super Bowl because they stopped that offense. Their defense can stop.
5 mistakes is the difference between winning and losing a game, and Seattle's lost how many games this year? 3?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
New England's very efficient with their possessions, so
they've only lost 3 as well. So
exactly. That's why I don't that's why I see it coming down to a last second field goal and time management. Drake May looks like the real deal. Sam Darnold could see ghosts at any time.
Yeah.
That defense is legit. You are correct. That is always going to be the factor in Seattle. Like, that defense is nasty. But so is the defense in Minnesota. And look where they are right now. I love trashing them.
When you said New England,
Just playing. I'm not a
you said
Vikings
New England
hater.
by 3.
Yeah.
What I like about this Seattle defense is hopefully if it's close, they don't do what everyone else does when New England wins a Super Bowl, and that's go to a soft defense. New England always just like Brady would pick apart a soft defense and just get within Vinatieri's
That's what she said.
Blammo! How do we top that? We got to stop the show now. It's like, who's going to top that one?
So what's your prediction, Wanker?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what was
With
your
the
final?
canker.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win, Pippy?
I say Patriots by a touchdown.
Okay.
That's bold, Cotton.
Yeah.
Well, Pats for both of y'all. I'm Seahawks. Am I gonna be the lone man?
Yeah. 4 words. Drake May. Drake, May. Some shit like that. Math's not my strong suit.
Doesn't matter. All right. I guess
The only
y'all
strong
will
suit
be-
you need is Sue.
I guess next week, you guys will all be saying once again, you were right. Just listen
Yeah.
to you.
Pepe's got the cool crew up there in the dog park. I got to shout out the dog park. I love your crew up there, Pepe.
I heard there's a lot
You
of
know-
bitches there.
Yeah. A lot of tail.
That's a tail,
I
yeah.
need to get this.
It's the only
I
place
need
that
to
let me sniff
stay-
asses.
Stay over here. Yeah, I need to stay on the media and have that ready.
You want me to work the dialogue here?
I got something else you can work too.
Fuck.
Whoa.
Play. Yeah, there it is. Or wait, no.
That's
that
my
was
wife's job,
more-
Donnie.
That was more of a kind of moment, right?
Hey, that's how Pepe sounds after his blue chew.
Still waiting, Blue Chew. You haven't called me.
Anyway,
Boing.
so we've made our picks, but we're not here to talk about football specifically. This is a music show. We're here to talk about halftime performances.
And the greatest halftime performance of all time goes to Prince in Miami playing Purple Rain during a thunderstorm. And Prince was stated as saying, I wish it would have rained harder. He wanted to throw down. Prince, long live the legend. That's why I'm holding Shredder. It is a purple guitar. I know you can't particularly tell in my light. Watch our videos. You'll see it. Honestly, hands down, it's Prince in Miami, and then it's everybody else for me as the greatest halftime show. Because it was seeing an artist in his element, feeling the moment. And for me, it was about the moment. It gave me goosebumps. It still gives me goosebumps to this day every time I talk about it because, wow.
I thought you were just happy to
Just
see me.
That was
that was the other
2007.
night.
Yeah. But
So-
Prince played too. He's not like a lot of Super Bowl fans wouldn't say I love Prince, but he was bigger than the whole show, and everyone went, "Oh, we got a fucking legend here," and he blew everyone away, even the people that aren't Prince fans.
I'm pretty sure there were people who watched the game just because he was the halftime show.
Yeah,
Right. And think about
So,
but
I
at the
mean,
game,
research guide. Go to YouTube and pull up the halftime show and just see how many people
Trust
have
me, I
looked at the
watched.
clip.
I watched every
How
Super
many?
Bowl from 1980 on now, and yeah, Prince is the best one, and then probably the second is Eminem and Dr.
Yeah,
Dre and Snoop Dogg.
the one from
Couple years
2022
ago.
with Mary J.
Yeah.
Blige and Kendrick.
yeah, that was phenomenal.
That one was
I mean,
LA, right?
yeah, that was LA.
Yeah.
It was West Coast. And to be
Inglewood.
honest with you, they nailed it. In
Yeah, no,
LA,
that was a
there's
good
no
performance.
way.
It
Yeah,
had to
there
be
was
good.
no way you couldn't do you can't hit LA and not bring in 90s
Yeah.
West Coast. Like that's just I think it's a cardinal sin in a sense. So like they nailed it. I mean, other than 50 Cent hanging upside down, like that was the only
So-
weird part of it.
I loved Eminem taking a knee too, just to piss the league off during his
So, hey.
performance when you weren't allowed to take a knee anymore. He fucking took it.
I'm indifferent to it. It doesn't matter to me. It's not for me to decide what
Yeah.
people believe. Just saying, that's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well, there's a specific one that we need to mention real quick. So, do y'all remember the infamous halftime show that resulted in a
Tittygate?
drastic change of hosts?
The
for
wardrobe
quite a while?
malfunction?
The wardrobe malfunction with Janet Jackson.
Yeah,
Now,
Doc seems to like that
Is
one.
it? It's 2004. That's the year I graduated. Now, the funniest part of all of that is it just so happens to also be the year that who else was in that Super Bowl halftime performance with her? Do you guys
Justin Timberlake.
JT.
remember? And
E Diddy.
yes, he was
Ooh.
featured in that one. So you
You
had
know,
old
to be honest with
Heavy.
you,
What are the
that
odds that the controversial wardrobe malfunction happens in the same one that he's part of?
Mm.
you know, that moment was so iconic that it washed out the rest of that Super Bowl for me, that show. And I totally forgot that Diddy Diddle was in that show.
So was
'cause-
Nelly. So was Nelly and Kid Rock.
Oh, to be honest,
Janet
dude,
Jackson,
yeah.
Kid Rock, P. Diddy, Nelly, and JT.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. That is, I actually, because of that incident, had no clue who else was in that Super Bowl. And to be honest with you, it's not something that I cared enough to go return visit to.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's funny to me is the next, like that was 2004. So the remaining of up to 2010, like the list after that is just it's like they weren't taking any chances. 2005, Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. Yeah.
Then the next year, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the next year, that's the Prince one. And then how do you follow Prince? Tom Petty. Bruce
Yeah.
Springsteen. The Who. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, okay, we're going to do a bunch of older guys now. We're going to
Yeah,
stop.
Sorry to say, unpopular opinion, I'm not a Springsteen fan.
I liked his show.
I could take him or leave him.
I give him an honorable mention. for the
It's
Super Bowl
just
show.
not particularly, I'm just not particularly a fan of his voice per se. A few of his hit songs are okay with me, but just in general, like Bruce is not one of those guys where I'm just like, oh yeah, the boss. No, just not.
Yeah, I'm that way too. Like I could take him or leave him. Same with Mellencamp. Like I like them, I like the music, but they're not.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I gotta hear them.
I'm
Glory
if I
days
saw
gives
him
me
Yeah.
a boner.
I'm sure if I saw him live, I'd be,
Oh, I thought Little Pink
House
Houses did.
It'd be an experience you'd never forget. But I'm not going to pay a fortune to go see him.
Or is that Sue's
So-
Pink House that gives you a boner?
So here's the thing. Recently, it's
Because-
funny because after that string of classic rock bands and Prince, they started easing females back in with Fergie and the Black Eyed Peas in 2011. But they
Was it
still
that
had
long?
Yeah.
Usher and Slash. Like they had to ease them in with Slash. Like, all right, we're gonna
Yeah.
transition from the rock.
They had Madonna
So-
too with LMFAO.
That was the next year. Madonna was on her
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
And then Beyonce.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I had no issues with any of those shows.
No, it's just funny that after the Janet Jackson thing, like it took them almost a decade to start easing females back into the halftime performances.
Right.
And, the weird thing is, like, everyone got upset about, seeing a covered up a nipple with a clamp thing on it. Then you watch who is it? Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. That was basically
Yeah,
a
but
bikini
that's-
waxing ad because they just had their legs open on poles that were pole
That's-
dancing. You could see everything. That was worse.
Think about it
Okay.
though, Peppy. Think
Listen.
for a moment. Think about the gap in years, and
I
think
saw the
about
gap
how
there.
far. Think about how far the cultural needle had moved by that point.
I was gonna say here's
Yeah,
the
valid.
here's the difference. Here's the key difference. Okay, that Janet Jackson happened in 2004,
Right.
before social media.
Right.
Social media was 2007, or well, smartphones 2007. That's when social media kind of kicked, and that's when the world changed right there.
Yeah.
So to have, any of that stuff, like that's why they brought the women back. They're like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they take the
Fun
break.
fact: couple days
I don't know.
after Tittygate, Janet actually dropped a single.
Hmm.
Controversy to boost record sales.
Yeah. It was definitely planned.
Bingo. I mean, obviously it was.
Yeah.
So this
So-
whole idea that it was just a mishap, let's be honest, it wasn't. I respect that they pulled the move because it got everybody talking. Janet's got one hell of a voice. So awesome for her. And she probably made millions of dollars off of that. So good for Janet.
See, what I find kind of comical is how they like to they repeat. It's like you notice sometimes somebody is featured and then somebody's the head performer, but they're like only
Yeah.
a couple, like, okay, Bruno Mars with the Chili Peppers in 2014, and then
Yeah.
Bruno Mars is right back in 2016 featuring
Yeah.
with Coldplay,
Coldplay.
and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was to me that
Too close.
honestly,
Too close.
Yeah.
and on top of it, that was the Super Bowl performance that was the worst in my opinion.
The second one or the first one?
When Bruno
Coldplay,
headlined.
Beyonce. Oh
Yeah,
that was,
Coldplay,
because
Beyonce.
when he
That's my favorite
headlined, when he
That's my
headlined
favorite
was
one.
with the Chili Peppers. He headlined
he-
and the Chili Peppers were with him. He just featured with Coldplay and Beyonce. Coldplay
Yeah.
was the headliner.
Oh yeah, when
Bruno Mars
Coldplay was the
my
headliner,
number
that's
one.
the one I'm talking about. I got confused.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when Coldplay
And
was the
then-
headliner, oh
And then the next year they do Lady Gaga.
Maroon 5. Maroon
Pass.
5. That was
Well,
awful.
Justin Timberlake, so he was in the one with Janet Jackson and P. Diddy. He's the one that ripped the nipple cover off.
Yeah.
Then he gets his own in 2018.
yeah, that was hilarious. The memes that went around about that, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Especially because
And then-
well,
Go ahead.
that kid, it like looking at his phone, not realizing that Justin's like right next to him, and the memes coming out, like people are like, oh, Googling to figure out mom's idol, which boy band he was in, and things like that. I remember
Well, see,
that
then-
Super Bowl vividly because that happened in my home state. So
Here they go again. Like, well, then yes, like you mentioned, Maroon 5 with Travis Scott and Big Boy, but in 2020 they have the whole Spanish theme: Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny, and
Yeah.
Jay Blevin, Emmy Muniz. I don't know these new
Mhm.
people. But then here it is, 2026. and they have
Bad Bunny's
Bunny.
back.
He's the headliner this time, and it's like
Because
okay,
Bad Bunny is,
bigger
I guess
than he
at
was
this point,
then. So now he's
right.
I still don't know.
Internationally speaking, he's one of the biggest superstars in the world right now. So right now, of course, the NFL, for a marketing standpoint, that's going to draw eyes. So the NFL looks at this as a business move. This isn't anything more than a business move.
Yeah.
The NFL's
Well,
not
see-
stupid. This is entertainment. This is
Well, it's
the
same
game
thing
itself
with-
is entertainment. Everything's entertainment. Bad Bunny's a
it's the-
draw.
It's the same thing from like 2022. They had the one
Right.
you're talking about, the bet, like with Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop, all of them. That was
Yeah.
great. Kendrick Lamar, he was featured because it was all the OGs, and then Kendrick, 'cause
Right.
he's part of that group. But then Kendrick headlines himself last year.
Yeah, and he nailed
He
it.
just nailed Drake
Now,
when he did the
I think
pedophilia jokes.
as far as performance, like theatrical special effects, ads, like all the little additional things, like the lead in to this, the whole thing. I think 2021, The Weeknd, I think that was a really good one.
Yeah, that was a
very
good one.
groundbreaking. Way
All the
different than anything else.
lights going in
Yeah.
from outside the stadium into the performance, leading up to the big moment where boom, the music
Right.
dropped. I really liked watching that one. I thought that was a
Like-
very well done performance. And
It
like The
was.
Weeknd. I like his voice.
I do too. I've been a big fan of The Weeknd since he first came out. Like he's got
Catchy,
some
too.
really interesting lines in his work. Like that girl's been drinking all day. She's got to change bladders. I mean, come on, that's fire. Like, don't get me wrong. So
Well, and then in the performance, like that song, like it was almost like it was the soundtrack of the Super Bowl. It wasn't just a song
Yeah.
that was popular. It was like the soundtrack of the Super Bowl because
yeah.
all the ads leading up to it, like
Mm-hmm.
he was dropping a single, that's how it felt.
Pepe, can you read that comment? I'm sorry, it's too small on my screen.
Which
That's
one?
what she
Oh
said.
yeah, let me. Lots of
It said
comments.
from Doc. She said, "I wouldn't know a Bad Bunny if it was on my lap," and I wrote,
No worries,
daughter-
no worries, brother. I
My
just
daughter
happen to
has a
know
Bad
who.
Bunny. It scratches at the door and hops around and knocks over its food the second you give it to it. It's annoying.
My sister had a Bad Bunny, and I have a scar from it for life.
Ooh.
we used to have a buddy as a pet. We named it McCrack because I thought it'd be funny if women came over and go, "Oh, McCrack is so cute. Oh, McCrack is so hairy. Oh, McCrack is so soft." It was very juvenile, but it was always funny.
Yeah.
So my favorite Super Bowl, against the consensus here, is the Bruno Mars first one. I thought that
With
was
the Chili Peppers.
yeah, they were not my favorite part, but when he was doing his stuff and you did the drum solo.
That was
a
part,
good
which
one.
I never knew. And then they did the silhouette and he had oh yeah, ooh, oh yeah. So, and they did this band silhouette and it was like Motown. It was really good. He was like James Brown reincarnated.
So
And I like that one.
I noticed something when I was researching. Just to fill the gap real quick and mention, Usher was 2024 with special guests Alicia Keys, Jermaine Dupri, her, will.i.am, Lil Jon, Ludacris. Doing a whole throwback 20 years ago, like
Alicia
'cause I
Keys
remember
gave
in
me goosebumps.
2004 when I
Yeah.
graduated and had prom and all that stuff. The Usher song, with Lil Jon and all them. Ludacris
Oh, yeah, I
was,
remember when
super
that was
popular
big.
then. And that was 2004.
I think that was in that was in the
And then
Hangover
they just-
movie.
They just played all of it, obviously, in 2024.
Right.
And then 2023 was Rihanna, where everybody figured. You remember, everybody was like, "Oh my God, is she pregnant?" And like, the
Yeah,
internet
comes out
Yeah.
the
blew
parka.
up, and then they
Yeah.
find out she was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love me
So-
some Riri.
just a quick mention, in 2002, it was U2. 2003, it was Shania Twain, No Doubt, and Sting.
Mm,
Now, why did
I
I
was
just
not a
pause for
fan of
those
that
two?
Super Bowl.
Neither.
yeah.
So
It just
that was
wasn't on
all
my
leading up to
worst.
the Diddy Jackson nipple.
So what's your
Yeah.
favorite, Maestro?
JT.
JT. Oh.
No, I really, like I was saying, I really enjoyed the weekend one. I thought it was really well done and very theatrical. I really liked it. I honestly thought that the one in 2001 was pretty cool with Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney
E
Spears,
Diddy.
Nelly. No,
Yeah, that was an
Diddy
interesting
was not
mix, and it
there.
worked.
It did. Aerosmith had just had a couple songs like coming out.
But
New
Aerosmith,
Yeah.
album, I think, right
worked with
around
Run
then.
DMC. You know,
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
Run DMC brought them back to life.
but like NSYNC, Britney Spears, it was all very popular then, but it wasn't even that. But the
And
part
Anthrax tried it with Public Enemy. They did a song called "Bring the
Yeah.
Noise."
Yeah, Attack of the Killer
what's
Bees.
significant about that year is that was the last year that they had a theme. All the Super Bowls going back have a theme, and that one was
Yeah.
the Kings of Rock and Pop, featuring Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly. All the
What was
years
the year
prior
they
to
brought
that,
Michael's like silhouette or like cyber
the
Oh,
That was
hologram.
Prince.
hollow? Yeah,
was
the
Prince.
hologram.
With Justin Timberlake. He did I Will Die For You.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember
So-
that moment vividly.
Anyways, starting in 2002, it just became names. U2, Shania Twain, No Doubt. Like
Yeah.
there was no more theme. It was just all about the artist. So 2001 was the last year, the Kings of Rock and Pop, and then before that, it was just a bunch of cool. There was 1999 celebration of soul, salsa, and swing. That was the one with Stevie Wonder, Gloria Estefan, the Big Bad Voodoo Daddies.
That was a great one. I love some Gloria Estefan.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
97
Tapestry of
had the
Nations.
Blues Brothers and ZZ Top.
I was getting to that one.
Yeah.
But they had the Tapestry of Nations in 2000. Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera, Enrique Iglesias,
That one sucked.
Tony Braxton, and an 80-person choir. Unbreak my heart. 98 tribute to Motown's 40th anniversary, including
That
Boyz
was
II Men,
phenomenal.
Boyz II Men, Smokey Robinson, Queen Latifah, Martha Reeves, and the Temptations.
That's
And then,
top
yes,
5.
97. That the Blues Brothers Bash featuring Dan Aykroyd, John Goodman, James
And that
Belushi,
kid.
and the Godfather of Soul himself, James Brown, with the
Woo!
Yeah. Okay, here's one now. What's the one your worst one that you just didn't like?
Well, RJ already told us his. I have a feeling this one's going to be.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know Bad Bunny.
I don't either, and I know he doesn't speak English, and I don't really want to listen to songs in a language I don't know. I have
My worst
nothing
one is
against
Black Eyed
Spanish
Peas.
music. I'm not against him or anything like that, but I'm probably not going to enjoy it because I don't know any of it.
Yeah.
None of
That's
the songs are going to be
high up there
recognizable.
for me. That the Black Eyed Peas one, only for this.
Let's
That
show
performance,
Joey
they
Usher and
really they took a risk, and it was a cool risk, except for they missed the mark. That same risk that The Weeknd took and nailed, like with all the lights you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Eyed Peas tried something similar with all that weird lighting and everything, and it just didn't work for them. It was just such an odd, bizarre performance, and
what
it just
saved them what saved that performance was Slash.
Yeah.
That's why it's
The
not my
only
worst.
reason that, yeah, Slash saved that performance. It probably would have been
Also,
garbage.
I think you could, for me at least, you could tell that there was some dissension amongst the group as well at that time, and that on stage they were not a cohesive group like they were originally. Like there was something wrong with the members, and it showed. At least I could see something.
Here's a little a trivia question for you related to halftime shows. There are two acts that have played the Super Bowl and the Grey Cup for Canadian Football League, which is our championship. Two bands have performed in both of them. Want to take a guess?
Coldplay,
No.
NSYNC,
Nickelback.
and they haven't been on the Super Bowl thing.
Nickelback played the NFC Championship once halftime. That was it.
I was joking.
Lenny Kravitz.
They're a Canadian band.
Lenny Kravitz is one of them.
And Timberlake?
No, Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas and Lenny
Black
Kravitz.
Eyed Peas. Okay.
Yeah. So to me, that means you're kind of on the B list if you're playing the CFL's championship. I was really surprised they got invited to the Super Bowl after that.
I'm not. The Black Eyed Peas were super revolutionary, and to be honest with you, they changed the music industry. They are one of those groups that they moved the needle.
But they were kind of past their best before date when they finally got to play the Super Bowl.
See,
that's irrelevant to
opinion.
That may be, but the fact is, like, when you look back at the annals of time and you look how music changes things, like you look at the Beatles, they're a groundbreaking group. Not for talent, but for the fact that they changed the industry. They changed the sound. The Black Eyed Peas changed the sound of music in a way that we had not heard music like that in a way to that point. They were doing something fresh. It was hip. It was happening. And it was cool. That early work of theirs was...
It was very alive, that's for sure.
So
that's really it. And they're one of those groups like Nirvana. I don't necessarily love Nirvana. I respect what they did for the music industry and for how they opened the door for other acts. They're one of those groups.
Nirvana was a beneficiary of a really lucky, perfect thing in time. And it was what you have to get to be famous. Like, if you want to have a hit song, you have to have the right person hear it at the right time and them being in the right frame of mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, Green River, let's be honest, Green River is the godfather of grunge, and Alice in Chains put out the first grunge album the year before Nirvana's Nevermind dropped. The reason we credit Nirvana with opening the door for the grunge scene is because Smells Like Teen Spirit kicked that door off its hinges and out of the way.
The week before Smells Like Teen Spirit went to number one, I think it was Michael Jackson's Bad was probably the record out then. And it was number one. But the number one was based on orders, not actual sales. So other stores were ordering it. Record companies were just shipping this stuff. So it shipped number one. And the next week, the criteria changed to actual sales. And while Michael Jackson was number one, MTV debuted the Nirvana video on a special thing called Clip Trip or something like that, or new bands or breakouts. And everyone started buying Nirvana. And it was it was just like happened to be that week. And everyone's like, who's Nirvana? These guys had a great video. And we got this video, and the record companies are going, who the fuck are they? And yeah, they were They got really, really lucky, and that's what you need to be famous. I'm not saying they're a bad band because obviously they stand up and they're legends. But they
Well, yeah,
it was a perfect storm. Oh yeah, cheap witch.
they're just not my favorite out of Seattle. I mean, personally, my favorite out of Seattle is Candlebox.
Oh,
Soundgarden or Screaming Trees for me.
I mean, Chris Cornell, huge fan. I mean, I'll be honest though,
R.I.P. buddy.
RIP, Higher Truths. You listen to that album and it's like, yeah, there's no question there. But
Green
yeah,
River,
Kevin Martin.
Green River was the fucking
Yeah.
benchmark.
Oh.
It still is, man. All of those guys even admit it.
Oh yeah. And that's how grunge got its start was Green River. It was punk with those grunge undertones. Wasn't it? It was
What was the entry on the
yeah.
grunge sound? I can't remember what it's called.
It was either Jeff or Stone
it's on,
from
on
Nirvana
Sub Pop
from
Records.
Pearl Jam that was in that band, I think. One of Pearl Jam members I think was in that band.
Stone Gossard explains that grunge chord progression is basically a Black Sabbath chord progression in reverse. He plays them both in this movie, and he goes, "This is like Iron Man chord progression. Now, if we reverse the chords, this is what we're playing." And it's like, holy shit, it's fucking insane. It's just a different way, but yeah, that's why they all play the Gibson SG like Tony Iommi. They are all Black Sabbath fans. Like Kim Thale.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Who wanted to kick my ass?
I believe it was the bass player of the band that it was self-taught. He basically just picked up a bass and started playing with the band, and he didn't even know how to play.
Yeah. We played with Soundgarden in '89 at a Halloween party, or Halloween gig, and they opened for us when I was in Family Plot. And
That's
Chris
awesome.
Cornell, they were so. No, it was '87 because Madeline was our singer, and they were so new that Chris Cornell had to get really hammered to get on stage. He still had such stage fright.
That doesn't surprise me.
I performed we had 4 guys and a female singer. So on stage we dressed as 4 females and Madeline dressed as a guy. So I was wearing this really long dress and playing. And then while Soundgarden was playing, I got in a fight on the bar. And we were throwing chairs and shit like that. And my wife said she came in, she went out to smoke something and then came back in and she sees this giant guy in a dress hitting someone with a chair. She's like, "Oh fuck, it's Everett."
Peppy throwing hard during a Soundgarden show. That's awesome.
Yeah, because they were openers, so we had to. I went on stage after that.
How many times did you guys rock out with the Garden?
Just the one time. Matt Cameron, the drummer, who now plays for Pearl Jam, he really liked my playing that night. And then years later, when I was playing with Circus and Flames, right near the border, there was this tavern called the Roadhouse. We were playing there, and I'm going around table to table selling CDs, and this one girl comes up to me. She goes, "Yeah, my brother Matt said for me to come see this band, that you were the drummer." So I was like, "Who's that?" She goes, "Matt Cameron." I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like legend now. And she goes, "Yeah, he said he liked your drumming back years ago, and he wanted me to pick up a CD." So I autographed a CD for Matt Cameron.
That's awesome. I've actually autographed stuff for Ben Holstrom, the new guitarist for Josie Scott's Saliva.
Mm-hmm.
He's a personal friend of mine.
Josie Scott's Saliva.
Shout out, Ben. Yeah, Josie Scott's a cool guy.
Trying to get his wife to pick up the dog here. Yeah. Pippi in a fight. I forgot about that fighting. Oh my. I forgot about the bar fight.
Oh.
Ironically, the guy that I beat up eventually became my acid dealer. Oh, we am I allowed to say that on YouTube?
We are now
Oh, the stream's still going.
breaking barriers.
I'm playing Donnie's role tonight.
Son and Bob.
These are cherries, but they look like little balls. Like,
Take that pitch all the way. Oh, look at that. Put them in your mouth and suck them. Suck on my salty chocolate balls.
Okay, chef.
lay down by the fire.
Sexy.
Gonna make love to you, woman.
He wrote Sticky Britches. Alanis Morissette had a hit called Sticky Britches, and he goes, Chef, because I wrote that song first. That was a South Park.
Oh, I love South Park. They kill it.
Shit.
They
should
kill
do
it
a-
every time.
They should get Timmy's band or Faith Plus One to do the, to do a
Faith
halftime
plus
show.
one. That'd be awesome.
Oh
That-
Jesus!
Oh man.
I love you. I want you all over my face.
Well, maybe they could book Faith plus one on that other halftime show they're doing on that other network because I mean, Kid Rock maybe has one song he could play.
I love
So
Puppy Bowl.
they could. No, the one that the other people are doing.
Yeah.
So Faith plus one could fit that bill with I don't even know
Or
who
Finger
else is on
Bang.
that ticket.
Gonna finger bang you,
that's great,
baby,
yes.
into my life. What was Timmy's band called? I can't remember.
I don't remember. But that Faith Plus One episode, the part where they're in the record studio, like office,
Yeah.
and the guy's talking to him about like, you really love Jesus, whatever. And he's like, yes, we're doing this, blah, 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 blah. And if I'm lying, may God strike me down right now. And like,
And everyone
Butters is
moves
like-
back.
Butters is like leaning away from him.
Oh yeah.
They all take a step
And then
away.
the best part though is Butter states the most obvious after he finds out that they went double myrrh, and that wasn't the bet. He's like, "Oh
Yeah.
man, we didn't go platinum." He's like, "No, you went myrrh. You went double myrrh, which is basically their version of platinum, but
Yeah.
that wasn't the bet." So he's
Come on,
all
man.
like,
You're messing with me.
"Fuck Jesus." He's like,
Oh my goodness,
Jesus.
who needs Blue Chew?
And Butters goes, well, that couldn't be good for record sales. It was the line of the episode. Actually, probably the line of the season. Like, it was so perfectly placed. It's like, file that under, you think? And it was just like, to throw it in there, it was just genius. And it was perfect for a laugh.
Cherry poppin' daddy over here.
That's you. One that tickle.
I got pickle tickle.
Hey, right now.
Popping cherries.
Yeah.
Good thing she said puppy,
Puppy.
because I was confused.
Popping cherries.
Uh-oh.
Not puppy.
You're too old for that shit, bro.
Me?
No.
Dude,
Maestro.
I've
we're
popped a
talking
couple.
about cherry gummies.
They just cry. They just cry.
They're gummy cherries.
Oh, there's Johnny.
I made it all awkward for you.
You did. You made it very awkward.
This is funny.
I'll just go back to popping my ball
Super Bowl?
with cherries.
And on another note, who else caught
Back
the
to
news
those
today
halftime
that
performances.
no, actually we gotta take a moment. Anybody else catch the
Really?
news today about Three Doors Down?
No.
Yeah.
No.
What happened?
Well, I know that Maestro, not your genre per se.
Nope.
The lead singer Brad lost his battle with cancer today, passed away.
That's sad.
So
That's
Fuck
sad.
cancer. Fuck,
Yeah.
fuck cancer.
yeah.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
On a personal level, I wanted to share a little bit of a story because it just speaks to Brad's character. I've met him on a few occasions. The first time I ever met him was back in 2002. I was still working down at the River Center Roy Wilkins XL Energy Center complex, and it was when they first dropped their album with Loser and Kryptonite, and they were the headlining act in the Wilkins, which was the smaller venue. And Brad actually went out of his way to speak to people that most anyone else wouldn't. And I was just an auxiliary employee of the building working for the concessions company. Brad actually took time to talk to me as just a regular person. And as small world as it is, they actually also are the reason that Strange Days back in the early 2000s had the success that they did. So,
Oh, I'm gonna get 45. Hang on.
yeah, you knew that was coming. Boom.
That was Donnie's assignment.
Yes. Brad was instrumental in finding Strange Days and helping them through their career in the early 2000s. Actually, I think did some work with them along the way and was considering doing a duet on the latest album 25, and it didn't come to pass because he got sick. So he was instrumental in Strange Days history as well. So rest in peace, Brad. Sending positivity to the Three Doors family and to the Strange Days family.
Yeah, fuck cancer.
Back to the show. Fuck
Fuck
cancer.
cancer.
Sad.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
Thank you.
On a lighter note,
Yeah.
1994, we had a country Sunday, Rockin' Country Sunday, featuring Clint Black, Tanya Tucker, Travis Tritt, Winona, and Naomi Judd.
That's when they were
included
still
a
talking to each
flashlight
other.
stunt. I remember that one.
I
It was
do too.
94.
Yeah.
Travis Tritt, you said,
I
or
was
Clint Black?
8. Both Clint Black and Travis Tritt.
Huh.
Wasn't that at the end of the Cowboys run in the Super Bowl?
94. That sounds about right.
You mean it was during the years the Buffalo Bills choked? I don't call it the Cowboys run. It's the Buffalo
Well,
Bills choking era.
Think
that
about
one
it.
was in Atlanta. It was in Atlanta.
Thanks to the Vikings
Georgia.
trading, what was it, 6 first-round picks and like 2 players for Herschel Walker. And Herschel Walker's most memorable moment was beating the Packers when he ran down the field with one shoe on because he lost his shoe. And then at
Plus
the
he
end of that
performed at the ballet.
season, yeah. Well, at the end of that season, he was a free agent and he re-signed with Dallas. So Minnesota traded the whole farm for Herschel Walker and
Quick
gave
news.
up, yeah, everything. And they at least got to beat the Packers. So there's that.
So 96, Diana Ross celebrating 30 years of Super Bowl with special effects, pyrotechnics, and stadium card stunt. Finale featuring Diana Ross being taken from the stadium in a helicopter. Who remembers that?
I
Besides,
don't remember a
Bagley.
lot of these ones.
Besides that old wanker, because he just watched them all today.
Yeah.
95 sucked. I think that was the worst
Indiana Jones and the
It
Temple
fucking
of the
sucked.
Forbidden Eye.
one.
What the
Fucking, I wasted 15 minutes of my life.
Tony Bennett, Patti LaBelle, Arturo Sandoval, the Miami Sound Machine, and stunts including fire and skydivers.
Miami Sound Machine is what saved it.
Yeah.
Like you had the whole big thing, and then at the end, come on everybody, like Rocky
Yeah,
Roddy.
that's right.
Yeah.
Because that song can save near anything.
I remember
Not anybody from
that
drowning, but
being the end. Like 93 was the Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
yeah, that was fire.
Heal the World featuring Michael Jackson and 3,500 local children.
How could that
Come
go
on.
wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't
Exactly.
age well.
Included in
Like,
audience
like,
cards.
Diddy's like, I do it, and fucking people put me in jail.
He builds a whole fucking theme park and nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then they saluted the Winter Olympics in 92.
That was
Winter,
dumb, too.
Winter Magic with Gloria Estefan, Dorothy Hamill.
Good Lord.
Small World salute in 1991.
Small world after
With New Kids on the Block.
Yep, featuring New Kids on the Block. And then they
I don't remember
have
these ones.
1990 Salute to New Orleans and a 40th anniversary of the Peanuts characters. What did they
That's
have?
a good one.
Charlie Brown and Snoopy
Yep.
Balloon come floating in.
That's badass.
Yep.
The Vince Guaraldi music.
You know, fun fact,
1989.
the Peanuts comic actually outlived Charles Schultz by a few
Yeah.
days.
Interesting.
True fact. Because it was in syndication. His last printed comic came out a few days after he passed. Charles
So-
Schultz came from St.
Pep-
Paul. He was born in St. Paul. I spent a lot of time in St. Paul because I live in the Twin Cities area now. After he passed, there was a year we did Snoopy statues. Then there was a year we did Charlie Brown statues. And then there was a year we did Lucy statues. There's many of them still
Well, now
around.
you have to do one for Peppermint Patty because she's a lesbian, and they're politically in vogue right now.
So,
There goes all the lesbians. Any lesbians that watch the show? They're not watching it anymore.
Her best friend Marcy called her Sir all the time.
if they were watching,
Yeah.
they stopped watching long before that. So,
Uncle Sydney's
1989.
taking over my mind.
Bebop Bamboozled featuring 3D effects.
That shit was stupid too.
Well, see, what's funny is like now you don't really have names headlining anything before like the 90s. Like
Yeah.
Right.
1988, Something Grand featuring 88 grand pianos, the Rockettes, and Chubby Checker.
He was the first musician, I think, or musician, whatever the fuck word that is, singer. So I think he was the first singer
Artist.
to actually do a halftime show. Because I think all the rest are bands.
Well, before that, a salute, 1987, salute to 100th anniversary of Hollywood. And then
Well,
1986,
here's a thought.
my birth year, Beat of the Future.
Correlation thought. Look at the years of these to the years of service of the commissioners of the league and see if there's any correlation to how these line up. That
That
could
was
be a thing.
Tagliabue back.
Yeah.
Was that Pete Rozelle back then? And then Tagliabue.
It would have been Roselle, then Tagliabue, and now we're with Goodell.
Who's it?
And it's no mistake that the league makes over $11 billion a year now, way up
Yeah.
from the $9 billion it used to be. So
So Goodell
players
has
get
been
paid
doing
more
it
now.
since 2006.
What was the
And
year that it went from themes to just artist names?
Sounds like around 98 or something.
2002. The Kings of Rock and Pop, 2001, with Aerosmith and Sync. Oh, that was the last themed one. And in 2001, it was the end of the Tagliabue era. He finished in 2006. 89 to 2006.
Hey, Rocky, no, come. Rocky, out.
I
So
didn't think
it's
halftime was such a big deal when Roselle was there. It was like
But-
all about the game.
89 was that 3D effects, and then after that, 90 the Peanuts, and then they all started having artists. They were themed, but they named the artist starting with him. That Bebop Bamboozled 3D effects was his first one, and then all the rest of them after that have names of artists with it. So Roselle from 60 to 89, he
what was that? What was that? Oh, okay. I'll let him know. Vegas just called in. Maestro, I heard something about concrete shoes. Something about around the 20-minute mark was the over under that you may or may not have mentioned the fact that your kids were away for the weekend. And the bonus over under was the fact that you may or may not have mentioned the fact that they were there at all, or they were gone for the weekend at all. And neither of those have happened. Vegas is not happy. And I heard something about concrete shoes. That does not sound pleasant.
Ooh, broken kneecaps, buddy, all
see,
around.
Here's the thing. I was pretty focused on getting these performances. I was all excited about talking about the music and the sport and all these horrible
Yeah, so is Pepe. That's why he needs Blue Chew.
attempts. Let's see.
Am I supposed to
Where
beg for
were
a
we?
boner? Oh, I have a big announcement to make, too. A big announcement.
Yeah. What's the announcement, Pepe?
1 minute, 16 seconds. Ice button challenge today.
Okay.
Go Canada!
And on that note, should we end early tonight?
No.
So, man, you just
I
just
mean, it's
couldn't let it
almost
go,
done.
could you? You just couldn't let it go, could you?
I got
You
Minnesota
weren't
It must not have been
happy.
good enough. Must not have been
Listen,
good
I'm out
enough
of gummy
because
candies,
you're not in the
okay?
Special Olympics. You didn't qualify.
He wasn't happy that I beat him with 47 seconds, so he had to
I
go.
know. Oh,
He had to
fucking right,
go.
I'm a battler.
Do you
I'm not
even
gonna
have
lose
a
to
balloon
Minnesota.
knot left at this point? I mean, how are you even sitting on your asshole by this point?
Oh, man.
Do you
Yeah,
even
it's-
have
it's
one
not a balloon
left?
knot. I sit down and it falls out. Oh, Maestro's out. Okay, well, we're rebranding the show now. Welcome to Pippi and the Poopers. And, I'm going to be on the gold medal podium.
After
Vibe
hours.
Engineer is going to be on the silver. And Wayne Curry, I guess you get the bronze by default.
No,
I
he
thought I
gets the
debuted-
participation ribbon.
I thought I debuted Ice Spitting Challenge on this podcast. Shit. Uncle Sydney told me to say that.
Wanker just gets a participation ribbon because that's what everybody gets.
Yeah,
I'm
It-
hanging out.
Even though he doesn't play, he just gets a participation
Yeah.
ribbon.
I was still
My good
there.
friend Sydney is talking into my ear right now. The sea in the sky with diamonds.
So, just a real quick announcement. Anybody that may or may not be watching in Minnesota or catches the rerun of this, the 21st of February, Owatonna, Reggie's, Strange Days benefit show for one of the original Daisies. silent auction, other things. Danielle Ramsey, one of our OGs, fan since the beginning. She is unfortunately legally blind now, has to have multiple surgeries. She no longer can work and needs to find a way to support herself. And we are going to do what we can do to help her out. So there's going to be some things and a benefit. Anybody out there that may be willing to help out, we'll throw a link in the bio and or the description. Do what we can do.
And don't forget, meet him at the YMCA.
Yep,
I-
just
I
come
almost-
on in.
Dimples
That's
wants
what
to eat at the YMCA.
Back
That's what he
door's
says.
open. Wouldn't you like to
Rear
know?
entry only.
Nah,
So
with that,
why don't we have a little
Yes.
shout out to the people that help everyone?
mhm.
Every week we try to acknowledge the people that run crisis lines, simply because they do it and never get acknowledged. When they do a great job, you never hear about it. So unsung heroes. If you're not, if you're spiraling and you don't have someone to talk to, your friend's not picking up the phone, or you just can't even think straight enough to. Fuck, I'm really fucked up here. Sorry. You can't think straight enough to pound in some numbers. Just hit the crisis line. Put the first contact in your phone and talk to someone. They'll keep you on the line, annoy you, and annoying you gets your adrenaline flowing, your blood pumping, and you get off the edge of the bridge. You go, fuck, I'm gonna go deal with this person, and you're walking off and you go, hey, shit, man, I'm alive, and this is great.
Oh yeah, prove you're wrong. I'm not gonna jump just to be an ass.
Yeah, that's probably the most fucked up
Good.
public service announcement there's
Good.
ever been. Anyway, shout out to
It works.
crisis lines. No shame in using them, everyone.
Nope.
They're
What they're there
they're
for.
free, and they always answer, and you're not alone.
Yep.
Don't be
Nope.
ashamed. I use them. I got some great stories about them.
With that, we bid you good night.
Wait, I forgot to say goodnight to Sue.
Oh, damn, Sue, you got your shout out.
Ding, 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 ding. Vegas called.
Oh, damn, she just gave you a milkshake, Donnie. She's shaking the girls.
Vegas just gave me a jackpot.
I want to.
I put 2-1 on that. I'm a winner, chicken dinner, baby.
Good night.
So how did all the over-unders
everybody.
work out tonight?
I don't know, but we're gonna
I'm
say goodbye
rich.
real quick. Post.
Night.